Hello, welcome to Indie Tutorials. My name is Guillermo and I would like to thank the patrons supporting this channel. Okay, so let's continue by improving the look and feel when Chomper dies during the battle, and we are going to be reusing some scripts and visuals from the 3D game kit. Unfortunately, these scripts and the visuals are not coming with the light version that Unity provides, so you will need whether to import the full game into another project and bring this up, or just I will post all the scripts and the prefabs that I'm using here to speed up things. But basically, if we go to our prefab of Chomper battle, one of the scripts that we want to add to this prefab from the 3D game kit, I already imported here, is this replace with Ragdoll. So let's take the script and add it to the prefab. Okay, so as you can see, it's asking for a Ragdoll prefab here. That prefab also comes with the 3D game kit, the full 3D game kit, but I already imported it, so it's here. I just rename it using the naming convention and put P as for prefab Chomper Ragdoll, and it comes with a script dissolved, because if I open the prefab, you'll see that the mesh material of the character has a custom shader from the same package, the 3D game kit, and we are going to reuse that one. As well, this prefab, this character has built-in ready Ragdoll physics, so it will be a time consuming to do this from scratch. And as well, it has some particles to play at the end when it dies. So let's go back and let's resume. So we have the Chomper battle prefab, we added the replace with Ragdoll script. Now we need to assign the prefab for the Ragdoll. So let's click here in the lock so the inspector won't change, and let's go to the prefabs enemies and assign the Chomper Ragdoll to the prefab. Alright. So when Chompers die in the battle, we need to instantiate this prefab, and that needs to be handled using ORK Framework events. So let's open up ORK Framework and let's create a new event that we are going to be using when Chomper dies. So this needs to be a battle event, so let's click on new. In the event settings, we want to add an audio clip that we are going to play, like the squeak when he dies. Right. So of course the first step will be to play the audio, so let's choose animation plus audio, and then audio play sound. Link the event settings to this node, and here in the play sound settings, let's leave everything as it is, but in the play one shot, let's click on that one to enable play one shot, and I want to decrease the volume to, let's say, 1.4. Let's save the event, so let's choose our path here, game, resources, event, battle, and let's call it Chomper Death Battle Event. Alright, so the next step will be to call a function. So let's click here and add function, call function, link those up, and the function that we want to call is a component type of function, of course, a monobehavior, and the class name, remember, is the class that we added. So be careful on the spelling here. Replace with Ragdoll. So this function will call this monobehavior, and inside this monobehavior there is a method called handle Ragdoll. Okay, save the event, and lastly, after calling this method, we want to fade out the existing game object, or the current game object, so the new prefab will take place. So let's click on add animation audio, fade object, link the steps, and in the fade object settings, uncheck the wait between. We want to fade children, and here we can fade all colors from the current color of the material of the shader, and the end color is going to be black with alpha 0. Okay, save the changes. Next, we want to go to the revisit the Combatant Chomper. So click on Combatants, select Chomper. Let's collapse all the settings, and we want to go into the battle settings. Then we have override settings. Scroll down until we'll see the battle animations. Click on that and add a battle animation. Expand the battle animation, and in here we want to select the action type to death and click on animate action. That will allow us to select the battle event that we created. So let me collapse a little bit the editor so I can select this event. So let me see, we have events, battle, Chomper death battle event. Okay, change the reference type to resources. We want it to have a chance of 100%, so it always executed. It will be executed. Performing, of course, we want to just keep real-time battles, since this is the only type of battle we are dealing with. Grid battles, no, and it's going to be used by the enemy. Okay. Now here in the set audio clips, we want to check that, and for the audio clip, when he dies, we want to play the squeak audio that we added at the start of the series. So we have here in resources audio, we have this squeak sound, add it, and change again the reference type to resources. Now save the changes and let's continue. So let's close up the editor, ORK Framework editor, and let's give it try. So what is going to happen is when the Chomper combatant reaches 0 health, it will die. Then ORK Framework will call this method here, replace with Ragdoll class, and in here is this handle Ragdoll, and which is going to instantiate the prefab that we set up and run all this code, which is actually just like adding some adding like a mimic of the physics and forces to launch the Ragdoll character into the air. This is basically what it's doing. This code again is coming from the 3D game kit or game kit 3D. For you to take a look, and after that let's just hit on play and start the battle. Okay, so before I start, let me just click on here and maximize on play, and Ctrl P to start play mode, and let's find Chomper, start the battle. Let me get closer. And there we go, the effect. Okay. So with that out of the way, we can continue.